Morning guys. Today is not going to plan. I don't know if you heard that shunt, but the beast is sick. And I can't get it into first gear and it's crawling away uphill. I knew this was a problem last week and I just sort of, I guess you would call it wishful thinking. Hoped I'd be all right, hoped it would be fine. It's dumb thinking. Pulling away slowly in second gear. Hopefully I make it to the garage. I thought I got an absolute steal with this car. I was really smug about the whole thing, getting it for £2,000. But the one thing that can't go wrong is the gearbox. That goes, it can write the whole car off. So with all that in mind, the right choice is to do what I did, which is call Hugh and say, I know it's not as fun, mate. Could you come and meet me at the garage? And I'm gutted because I've got all these clips from Aidan and Dan who have been doing up the hut for us. I'll run the clips for a minute now.
I think I'll borrow tomorrow's happiness for today. I lent on the crux of all this love and it lent away. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down.
This is a homemade flu hat.
Next to you, pin a string in the middle and tie it to my chest. I'm spinning around your 5-mile radius. Don't look away. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. I try to reach for the ceiling, scared that I'm letting it
It's looking amazing, isn't it? And I really wanted to do it tonight. And it's getting dangerous to drive this car now. It is, I'm pulling away so slowly. But yeah, you got two options. Run it to the ground, oh, sorry, it wasn't my fault, or listen to the symptoms and say, okay, all right. Doesn't matter how good my plan was or how much I wanted to make a video for you guys, or please Hugh, or please Aidan. I've got to look after my assets. And I guess it's a bit similar to my mental health. It's that kind of realization that I'm not invincible. You make the best plans you can, but sometimes you have to alter them. First temptation is to run everything into the ground. The second temptation is then to believe that everything is ruined and nothing ever goes right, and then to become the victim. I've no idea if we're going to make it to the garage or not. I've got loads of stuff I want to talk to you guys about, loads of exciting news, so we'll just see where the adventure takes us.
this feeling. I keep falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling.
All right, well, I'll leave it with you and see what happens.
All right.
Today now swallowed by all my sorrow in a way.
I've missed this bad boy. Hugh to the rescue.
I'm losing myself.
Oh yeah, I like your pinboard at the back.
Yeah, keep all the memories going.
Is your channel actually YouTube? Is it like youtube.com/YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put the link in below. What do you do these days on the channel?
Still doing my van conversions.
You just did one for £1,000, didn't you?
I found a really cheap old van that just in the local area. It was actually really close by as well. I did convert it for £1,000.
Yeah.
Including the cost of the van and in cost of power tools as well.
Wow. So go check out Hugh's videos. He's very good at all this stuff. He's done all this himself. I'm sure we're going to scheme up a few new ideas together. I've spent many nights sleeping on that canopy just there. If you didn't see the videos on the tour from last November, then go check them out. I'm not sure if I would do it again. Maybe I would, but I'm certainly glad that we did it that time. Yeah. So one of the good things about not being in the woods so much is that it's made my desire to be in the woods has meant that I've had to go out to the local areas where I am and go enjoy the woods that are all around all of us, the public wooded spaces. So I want to take Hugh up to Box Hill, which is a place near my hometown. See what we can find up there, because there's some flipping good trees and it's just a nice place to walk and catch up.
'Cause I believe that I've seen enough.
Welcome to Box Hill. Have you been up here before, Hugh?
I've never been to Box Hill before.
Look at this, people. That's quite a mean looking epic day, isn't it? So this is the high point for the whole area of this part of Surrey where I've been brought up. I've come up here in the mornings. When I was younger, I used to come up here to pray. I've come up here to think about life. Hello. And well, that's what high points are about, isn't it? They give you perspective on the life that you're living, and you can kind of see the villages down there. What do you reckon, Hugh? Mega. I like that. I nearly tripped up and fell down the hill. That would be no good. Big thanks to Swirl for putting together a Spotify playlist of all of the tracks used in the vlogs over the last year or two. I'll put the link in below, and I've been listening to it on repeat. I've never pulled it together on Spotify because I find them randomly on SoundCloud and other places. Go check it out if you like the music in these vlogs. That's what keeps editing fun, is going to find the right music for shots like this. Nice solar panels. Send it home happy. The drone looks epic. Go, 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 go!
There's something that I've been dreaming of. I try to reach for the ceiling, scared that I'm letting it down. 'Cause I'm so caught up on this feeling that heaven may never be found. And I try to reach for the ceiling. I know that I'm letting you down. 'Cause I'm so caught up on this feeling. This feeling. I keep falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down. Falling, I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling down.
I hope you guys can also appreciate this view at this time of year. It's pretty special. It's been a big part of my life. On a quick notice, it is 4 weeks away now until the Swirl begins. Plenty of room for more people to join if you want to. I know that a lot of you are thinking it's a bit difficult to figure out accommodation, travel. So in the link in the description below, I have listed all the flights that creators, the team, are taking to Scotland and back, to Lyon and back, to Friscano and back. If you are to book any of these flights, let us know, because you will have people that you know, friends will be on that plane, and we can make sure that you can travel safely with other people. It also makes it easier for pickup. We've got a 12-seater minibus, so we can go and do shuttle runs and pick people up, but obviously it makes sense if people come in near enough on the same flight. The details are below. Email us, any of us at the team, if you want to make sure you're part of the crew in terms of travel. And I'm very pleased to say that by the time this video goes out, the Once Around the Sun film that Hugh and I took on tour last year to 10 different locations will finally be freely available on YouTube. We started by doing the tour, then we released it to purchase, and now it's freely available nearly a year later for anybody to watch. So the link is below if you haven't seen it. It's all about the baseline story of what I found in the woods, really, made with a bunch of creatives that I know. And this year's tour is all about not just me showing you my story, but us creating that story together. So whoever comes to these tour events will be part of the V2 story of CORCO project. That is this co-creation story of the Swirl. So do come, be a part of it, and check out the film if you haven't already. You got to respect the hut whenever you see one. Aye, aye, Captain. I've also got 3 new announcements for you guys, which I'm very excited about. So much stuff to talk about in this video. This is what kids need, and I'm glad the National Trust is doing it.
There's something that I've been dreaming of.
This is a sick tree. That is absolutely begging for a tree house or a swing or something just up there. I think they're doing a good job in here of like just crafting little spaces without over-engineering it. If you make it all too perfect, you don't leave any exploration for the person who's coming to have fun in it. Welcome to Rootsville, Tennessee, everybody. Knuckles.
Yeah.
All right, Knuckles. Climbed this tree before with Louis We came up here to write his talk for Sony that he gave one day. Okay, I'm just going to go for it.
Go on. Oh no! There goes one phone.
Hung up.
Nice.
It wasn't the most elegant thing I've ever done, but it worked. Cheers, mate. Yes, no crack. Elegance is not the operative term. Oh, that was much better than me. Oh, suits you, sir, suits you. This guy's got the right idea. I came here just 2 weeks ago and did exactly the same. Chanctonbury Ring, 24 miles away. Do you see that tiny set of trees, the little bobble on top of that hill? That is the high point on the estate that my woods is in. And that is 24 miles from here. I never knew what Chanctonbury was until I went to the woods. It's nice to join the dots. The 3 things that I said I'm very excited to launch, the first of which is my personal website. I've done so many different things over the last 10-12 years. For the last 2 months I've been pulling it together with a friend called Maz, whose link is below, to pull together into one website all the different parts of everything that I do, from poetry to business to projects to research, and it's all there in one chronology through all its different mediums, and I'm really proud of it, and it's been really helpful for me to do it, for my own learning really, and my own autobiographical planning, which is basically trying to figure out your own story so you can make the right plans for the future. It's kind of what I do for other people in the coaching that I do. The second thing I'm very pleased to say is that because you guys have left me so many good voicemails after I released the details for the CORCO phone, I've now pulled 20 minutes worth of your voicemails into my laptop. I'm starting to filter through them and produce them, and hopefully we're not very far away from doing the first of the Around the Open Fire podcasts. I think I'll record it this week, so hold tight, that is coming. It won't be a weekly thing because I think it takes a long time to produce and get right. We might do them something like monthly, depending on if you guys keep ringing. So the number is below. Do keep calling with your views on life, things you're angry about, anything from the heart really. It's been quite powerful to listen to them all, and I can't wait to record the first one and hopefully get a couple of guests in to do it with me. The third and final thing, I now have a plan for what I want to build next in the woods, and it's not another hut. And I'm going to plan it, and we're going to spec it out, we're going to do all the planning, all the stuff that I was not willing to do when I first went to the woods. Now I know what the woods is about, I'm happy to make plans and make goals. So I've got a plan to build something which I may as well just tell you. It's going to be a rainwater fed hot tub, which is wood fired and connected to the veggie garden as well, so no water is wasted. It goes all the way through the system, through the different stages, which I'm very, very excited about. And what's more, I've tied it in my own mind as a metaphor to the work we're doing on intelligence to figure out how it flows at an individual level. And I'm going to use both of those bodies of knowledge to consider how we think about collective intelligence, how we think about the role of governance and the tools that connect the capital of society and glue us together and help us survive collectively through the next 50 to 100 years, reimagining what governance could look like in this networked age. So for the first time, I really have a clear path, and it works on every level of my work as well. So I feel very chuffed to have managed to overcome that, because it's not, as you know, it's been a fairly challenging time. And now I get to just enjoy a smooch with Hugh and a nice view. It's funny how things connect, isn't it? Because I'll put in my very basic drawing of what it is I want to achieve with the big hut, because it's such a big roof space, and I'll try and build a spec list and you guys can tell me whether I've got it right. But I'm just telling you about this now. And what's your idea?
I was going to build my own hot tub that is like almost like copper pipe tubing, like you had in the hut around the furnace.
Yeah.
But it's built into a pizza oven.
Into a pizza oven.
So you can have pizza and hot tub, or you can just have pizza, or you can have hot tub.
And where would the water go if it's overflow or wasted?
Providing it's brought down to temperature, it's going to go into our pond that's going to be right next door to it. So it sort of feeds the whole system, which then will go into the plants as well.
But if you're asking what's the point, what are we focused on, that's it. So if you want to help, we're trying to figure out how to make this hot tub stuff work, then let me know. And also big shout out to one of my teenage mentors, Rob, who used to have 2 little caravans up the side of Loch Tay in Scotland. And I remember 2 bathtubs, water tap from the stream, wood-fired oil drum, and under some of the best stars I've ever seen, chewing through life together in these 2 hot tubs. So big shout out to you, Big Rob. Much love for all the inspiration all these years later. Can't escape those formative experiences, really. Since my sort of health scare thing, I've been trying to cut out the alcohol, doing less than 10 units a week. You're not meant to do more than 14. I was doing a lot more than that. And I found Beck's Blue. And not only is Beck's Blue non-alcohol, it is also, believe it or not, 39 calories for the bottle. If you guys know anything about calories, 39 is, you can't almost get anything that's 39 calories. A packet of crisps is like 80 calories. This has been my saving grace, because I have probably developed a little bit of a habit with alcohol. Yeah, 200 calories for a Desperado, 39 for a Beck's Blue. Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Hugh's just telling me he made this knife. It's out of Damascus steel.
This is one that I made for a guy that we met on the Corcovado tour at Northman Coffee.
Oakley.
Oakley,
you jammy bugger. How did you manage to get this knife? This is... Oh, you're gonna have to talk to me next time, Hugh, because I desperately want stuff like this. That is very cool, seeing the different connections. Like, I knew nothing about this, and Hugh came with me up to where is it? Bridlington. I mean, a random place, because we stayed with Oakley and his partner.
And held the little turtle, the little baby turtle that weed in my hand, a huge amount of wee actually.
And we just put planks along, fortally.
What do you use it for, like weekends?
Weekends, yeah. I was going to ask, is it? You got one complete one. I'm confunked what to do with that area.
We're just looking for ideas.
Honestly,
yeah.
Fine, that's awesome.
My country.
I know that I'm letting you down, 'cause I'm so caught up on this feeling.
This is 7 models of thinking, 7 ideas, mixed in with parts of the woods that really impacted me. Incredible illustrations from Virginia. Virginia is actually the person who leads Frascano, the 3rd stop on the Swirl tour. She's an amazing illustrator, artist, singer, and she's bringing some of her Spanish friends, so it's going to be a real nice meeting of minds and cultures.
Keep falling, I'm falling down.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for coming. Cheers to you guys. The thing I should really finish off this video with saying is I did not know what was going to happen at the beginning of the day. I felt a bit rubbish about my car braking, kind of screwing Hugh over by changing the plan. But it's turned out pretty good. And so just remember, it's good to make plans. It's okay if they change. And just go with the flow and see what you can make of it. Don't write it off. See you next week.